Hi there everyone, welcome to this week's session. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shay Murray, one of the naturopaths here at the Lucy Rose Clinic. So this week our topic is the monthly ADHD chaos and how hormones turn up your symptoms to 11. Might be familiar for some of you. So if you are new here, welcome, and if you're a regular, as always, welcome back. All right, so I'm glad you could join us here today, whether you're catching it live or watching the recording later. We're tackling quite a crucial topic, really, that can be overlooked: the way hormones affect ADHD symptoms, particularly in women. So we're going to talk about monthly hormonal shifts, how they can affect ADHD, and how a naturopathic approach can help manage those changes. So we all know ADHD is a common condition that affects many people. As we have learnt more, or as the medical community has learnt more over recent years, they've also realised that there are differences in how this condition presents in men and women, and how perimenopause and menopause can impact the presenting symptoms of ADHD. Everything's connected. So in women with ADHD, they often experience magnified symptoms due to hormonal fluctuations, especially during the menstrual cycle, and especially when you're perimenopausal and potentially also have thyroid issues as well. So we tend to focus on hormones from a reproductive point of view, but they influence so much more. They influence everything in the body, including brain function. So estrogen and progesterone, which fluctuate every month, directly affect neurotransmitters like dopamine and, I can never do this one, norepinephrine, which are crucial for attention, focus, and emotional regulation. So let's start with the menstrual cycle, shall we? Throughout the cycle, estrogen and progesterone rise and fall. Like, that's what they're supposed to do, right? They ebb and flow, literally. And this has a huge impact on ADHD symptoms. During the first half of the cycle, when estrogen is at its peak, more generally speaking, as a general rule, ADHD will know, those first 2 weeks are when women feel more focused and clear-headed. But once ovulation passes, progesterone increases, and many women with ADHD report symptoms worsening. During the luteal phase, progesterone can inhibit dopamine activity, which affects focus, mental clarity, and emotional regulation. So this is why, most of us experience some kind of premenstrual symptoms, such as increased irritability, forgetfulness, mood swings. These symptoms are directly related to hormonal fluctuations, and for women with ADHD, it tends to make symptoms far worse. So then, when we move into perimenopause, which can start in the mid to late 30s and early 40s, and during this time, hormones can fluctuate wildly. And as estrogen begins to decline, and this leads to disturbed sleep, irritability, reduced tolerance for stress, and as well brain fog. These symptoms then overlap with ADHD, making it quite hard to distinguish between the two. And recent studies show during perimenopause, women with ADHD experience significant increase in symptoms, including things like dropping in executive function. And this is due to fluctuating estrogen and progesterone, which directly impacts brain function. And, thyroid health is another important factor, and one that often goes hand in hand with this set of symptoms. So low thyroid function is more common amongst women, particularly as they age. So the thyroid regulates our metabolism at a cellular level. It has a huge influence on brain function. So poor thyroid function contributes to fatigue, brain fog, trouble focusing, all of which overlap with ADHD. And when thyroid function is compromised, it adds another layer of challenge to managing ADHD symptoms. And the kicker is these issues are sometimes misdiagnosed or just seen as part of the aging process. And for women with ADHD, there is a direct amplification of symptoms. So what can we do to manage these hormonal fluctuations and their impact on symptoms without necessarily resorting to a pharmaceutical approach? Well, what a brilliant question. There's lots of things we can do. As naturopaths, our approach is to examine the whole person. Okay? So it's a holistic approach, essentially. We look at physical health, mental well-being, and balance as well as balance of hormones. And when it comes to managing hormonal fluctuations or ADHD symptoms, there are several ways naturopathic support can help. So firstly, I have to talk about nutrition, because diet plays a major role in hormone balance and brain function. Omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and B vitamins, they're key nutrients to help support both thyroid function and neurotransmitter activity, which is very important. So eating a whole food, nutrient-dense diet can help regulate blood sugar and prevent energy crashes. As well too, we would always use herbal medicine. So there's a lot of herbs out there that can help balance progesterone levels, support the stress response, support cognitive function and mental clarity, to regulate estrogen levels, to help with estrogen clearance. There's lots of things we can do with the power of plants and herbs. Sleep is another area as well where naturopathy shines. We're all about sleep. A good day starts with a decent rest the night before. Yeah, and sleep disturbance are so common with thyroid issues, perimenopause, and ADHD. So naturopathically, we would look at natural remedies, so herbal formulas, again, nutritional support, mindfulness, helping you re-regulate your nervous system, which is such an important piece. And that kind of crosses over into the next part of this, which is the power of stress management. Like, there's no point telling you to stress less, because that's likely to just enrage. And it's not always a practical response. And I'm sure you've all come up at that response at various times in your life. What we can do is support your response or your resilience to stress, so how well your body copes with stress, which will help improve sleep quality and reset your circadian rhythm. Mindfulness, meditation, yoga, acupuncture, these are all things that help reduce stress levels and support your body's hormonal regulation, which in turn will help manage symptoms, including ADHD symptoms. Resilience to stress is a really important tool to have. Okay, so at the Lucy Rose Clinic, we focus on these holistic approaches and in women, especially to address things that can present like ADHD, thyroid issues, hormone imbalances, difficulty with hormonal fluctuations and the changing, ever-evolving menstrual cycle. So by addressing root causes and working with your body's natural rhythms, as well as incorporating extensive functional testing, we can create personalized plans that include nutritional support, herbal support, lifestyle change in a supportive environment, and so much more. So if you're feeling like your ADHD symptoms are getting more difficult to manage due to hormonal change, or if you're dealing with thyroid or perimenopausal issues, we'd love to discuss how our approach can help you. We do have a lot of experience in this area, over 13 years, and we can guide you through tailored treatment plans that can make a real difference. So if you are interested in learning more or would like to have a deeper discussion, simply scan the QR code, which should be somewhere up there or down there, and to schedule a complimentary consultation, because we're here to help you on your journey to better health and well-being. So to finish, understanding the link between hormonal fluctuations and ADHD is crucial, especially as for women who experience such a unique set of challenges. But by taking a holistic approach, you can manage these changes more effectively and regain control over your health and your sense of well-being. It's important. We've got a lot to do in life. We want to be firing on all cylinders. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful, and I encourage you to share this session with anyone who may benefit. So until next time, everyone out there, take care of yourself, stay balanced, keep breathing deeply.